Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode 4 of the Career Mode RTG here on FIFA 19. Thank you for your continued feedback on the series so far, especially with regards to training. A few of you pointing out that supposedly this year, if you do train your youngsters whilst they're in the youth academy, it won't stunt their growth. Before I go ahead and start to do that, please, the majority of you, if you can, confirm for me that that is the case, because I don't want to start training the youth players, like the guys in my youth academy, particularly the Scout Future Star, if it's going to affect his overall growth. So please do confirm for me. If you see someone else's comment, thumbs it up so that it can be seen in the comments whether, yes, I can train the youngsters and it won't affect their growth, or B, if I do start to train them via the training module, it will start to affect the way that they grow overall throughout the save. I'm not sure how much I trust the game not to stunt their growth with the way that things have gone in previous years, but if it is fixed this year, then do let me know and I will adjust accordingly. We do have actually not that busy a month in November. With Grimsby at home, which we'll simulate, Northampton away in the FA Cup, which I'll play. We lost to Northampton when we played them in the league, of course. Oldham away, which I'll play. Bury at home, and then Crewe away. So we'll simulate Grimsby. We'll play those two. We'll simulate Bury, and then we'll play Crewe to end the month. And hopefully, we'll find ourselves back in the playoffs by the end of the episode. We've gone 23rd to 12th to 8th so far by the end of each episode. And fingers crossed, at the end of today's, we'll find ourselves firmly inside the playoffs, if not pushing perhaps for an automatic promotion spot. It wasn't the strongest of starts to the season, but we are certainly improving as time goes on. As always, do make sure you drop the video a like if you enjoy the episode and are enjoying the series, and subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any more content. Of course, there's the Alphabet Challenge and Achieve and Leave ongoing as well. Thank you for all of your feedback on episodes 1 of those two series. If we could get an equaliser here against, thank you, Mr. Amu. As soon as I mentioned it, it's a 1-1 draw against Grimsby. Perhaps should have done better there. Would certainly have liked all 3 points. But we shall take it and move on to the next game and hopefully improve for all 3 in the game that we'll play. For the time being, until I get a confirmation from you guys, I'm going to continue to train Mitov, Aziz and Maris. I think regardless of what the decision is, I'm still going to train Mitov in those 2 spots. It'll be whether I train the youngsters in these 3 that will be the differing decision. Obviously, no one of my first team squad has the little promising player tick or promising player arrow in the training module set. So it is kind of fruitless at the minute training those players, but it's better than nothing. And it's going to help them improve for at least this season, even if it just improves their overall value, so we can sell them on for more next year, potentially. But I would like to try and keep a handful of players at the club throughout the entirety of this save, if I can. Specifically, the goalkeeper, Mitov. I'm going to try and keep him as my #1 goalkeeper throughout the save, if I can, just by training him to the point where there's no point replacing him, because he's better than anyone else I could get in. Right, Northampton away. We lost to them last time we played them by 2-0, I believe. This time, I want revenge. Aziz. Amu's made a great run. And he's onside here, I believe. I've got a couple of people in the middle I can find, perhaps with a pass. I'll try and drill it into the middle now. And there is the man at the back post, Reggie Lamb, to make it Cambridge United 1, Northampton Town 0 in the 7th minute. Now, of course, being the cup, there aren't any league points on the line here. But the board do want us to finish or get as far as the round of 32 in the FA Cup this year, which is no mean feat for any League 1 or 2 club, to be completely honest, let alone a side that doesn't have the best of squads at present like ours. So they are being very, very tough on us with regards to the expectations there, and expecting a hell of a lot from me, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to go that far, but I would like to go on some sort of FA Cup run, even if it's just for the financial benefits, just to get an extra youth scout in or 2. But for the time being, as they hit the outside of the post, we're 1-0 up. Nice ball to Shea Facey from Dean Boditz there. Get that away. It's well up, but it's still come back towards the goal. Boditz into Williams. Shot blocked. It falls to the match. Surely he's offside there, Crooks. He must have been. He was. Northampton have the ball in the back of the net, but certainly a margin offside there by quite a fair amount there. I think the Northampton man, they may well have run away to celebrate, but it was certainly too early. Flick that round the corner. That didn't quite go as I imagined it, but we could still send Reggie Lamb away to maybe score a second if he's onside, which he is. And he's got the strength to hold off the defender, but not the finishing ability at the other end. We'll stay at 1-0. Forward to Williams, into Moraes. Shots on target, Ford holds on. Looks like it's going to be 1-0 at half-time at the break, but Northampton have certainly created enough chances to get themselves into this game. They have, of course, had the ball in the back of the net once. Oh, but if their finishing remains to be as poor as that, then it will only be that one time that it ends up in the back of the net. We're in front at half-time. There's not much time left here for Northampton. It's been a really hard game for me. We've had barely any chances. They must have had nearly double figures with regards to the amount of shots they've had. And I've had maybe 2, 3 total, including the goal. But it will be one hell of a defensive performance if we are able to hold out for a clean sheet here, get ourselves through to the second round of the FA Cup. Like I say, the money will very much come in handy when chasing free agents or another youth scout. That came off an arm from Jake Carroll. That's a very good cross, and Greg Taylor does just enough. Eddie Aziz will hold this up, and we'll catch him on the counter. No, we'll lose possession, but thankfully there's the final whistle. Very, very, very tough game. They beat us 2-0 earlier on in the league season, and I did only have 2 chances. My only shot on goal was my only shot on target, was the goal that won us the game. They dominated possession, dominated chances created. We are through, though, to the next round of the FA Cup, and I believe I'm playing the next game as well, so I'll see you in that one back in League 2. Now the scouting updates come back. Hugh Roberts could potentially get into the late 80s, early 80s. I'm going to say no to him. 74 to 94, yes. I'm going to say yes to this guy, even though at the minute he's not that high rated. But, I mean, I would imagine that it's going to end up being late 70s, but you never know. He might be incredible. We might be able to trade him. 73 to 94, I'm going to say yes immediately to him because he looks like he's going to be a defensive player. I'm going to say no to that. 39 to 53 to start off with is just not high enough a platform to build from. 57 to 79 we'll say no. 71 to 94, I'll put 40 to 54 to start off with. It's going to be another low platform to start from, and that's even worse. So we have added someone then to our youth system. That being Archie Harrison, who's a right back. To be fair, those stats are probably better for a centre back, aren't they? Quick enough for centre back. 74 jumping, 82 strength, 75 stamina. I'd definitely utilise him at centre back at 6 foot as well. To be fair, if he was down as a centre back, he'd probably be rated higher than 55. Also got Jonathan Robinson now, 74 to 94. Physically looks good. We'll wait and see how he develops. I may just get rid of him, but it was worth a look. It was worth a look. But Archie Harrison looks like he could be pretty handy. We got 94%. Reece, why has the FA Cup been ticked already? Reached the round of... I'm not in the round of 16 of the FA Cup. I'm in the second round. I mean, I'll take it. Thanks very much for glitching out and telling me that I've done better than I have. I certainly am not in the round of 16 of the FA Cup, because that was only the first round of the FA Cup. Great, the board love me right now. There's not really much else I could do about that, I'm afraid. Time to go and play... Oh, who's unavailable? Is it the internationals? It is. Vargas is unavailable. And Bejarano is unavailable. Okay, never mind. We shall deal with that. And then go and play Oldham. And fingers crossed, get 3 points in the league now to go back-to-back with our win in the Cup. We've got a corner after 3 minutes. We find a teammate. Yes! Oh, for the very first time, I found a teammate from a corner. It was Emmanuel Osadebe, who doesn't normally find himself in the starting lineup, but he's in thanks to the rotation needed by the internationals. And he very nearly gave us a 1-0 lead there. I am certainly... Oh, did we do enough? We didn't. I am certainly going to start taking corners short, or perhaps trying something left field with them, because normal corners just aren't working at the minute. An end-to-end start, a corner at one end, and they catch me on the counter, but Fire rather tamely wide at the other end. Could be in again if Howison can slot the ball through. And George Maris playing forward at Cam here for this game. Into Amu, who will duck one way, go the other, shoot. Oh, and Adi Aziz, whoa! Can't react in time and is thrown to the floor by the keeper. Here's Amu. Why not? Oof! Great save by Iverson. Even Amu nearly scoring a worldie. Right, I am going to take this short. Hello? I'm calling for the... Oh, I'll press RB to call for the second player now. Stood here pressing the wrong bloody button. Reggie Lamb into the middle. Oh, Osadebe, he's picked up a knock. That's not good news, but he's able to continue at least. And somehow I've still got possession here. Taft, no, I've given it away. Oh, I want it back again. No, I've given it... Oh, I want it back again. I don't know what's going on. Giving it away again. I've won it back again. It's turning into a musical. Maris to Aziz. Goal for Cambridge United. Well, it wasn't much of a musical. And it certainly won't be music to Oldham's ears. But it's Cambridge United 1, Oldham 0 in League 2. Big Adi Aziz. Good footwork again. On the outside of me there is Manuel Osadebe, who's shaken off that knock he had earlier on. He's gotten away from the defenders there. George Maris from near to the box. Actually deflected kindly into the keeper's hands. It may have been going wide, I'm not sure. Howison's done brilliantly to win that header though. Osadebe to Maris. Reggie Lamb's looking to run through. Quickly to to Adebayo Aziz. Here's Amu. Cutting back in, looking for Aziz again. Who fires wide. Great chance for two, that. And there to O'Grady. Back quickly to Jose Baxter. Office again. Not intercepted by Bradley Halliday. Oh, get rid. Thank you, Greggy. Oh, it's not gone well. Score gets us in the simulated match. Duffus. David Ford with the save to deny him here. Lang with a delivery from the far side. Whipped in really well. Headed away by Howison. Oldham putting pressure on here. We don't score many goals in this Cambridge United with this Cambridge United team. At least we haven't done to this point in the save. So we certainly can't afford to be conceding too many because we're not going to be able to nullify them or outscore our opponents. Whilst we continue to keep clean sheets. Oh, please keep that in. We stand a chance of winning as many games as we can. With a punch. Here's Lang. Through the gap nicely to Mouse, who's turned well. Oh, Benteke straight down the throat of the keeper. Another good chance for Oldham Athletic. They're having more and more in this second half, and it's making me particularly nervous. Adi Aziz backs in well, but can't keep hold of possession. I dominated the first half. Had like 9 chances, I think it was, on goal in just the first 45, but only scored the 1. And that might be my undoing come the end of 90 minutes here, but provided their finishing in the second half is as bad as mine was in the first, we might just be all right. Ball played forward, win that header. Benteke gets underneath it. Oh, pretty sure that was a penalty. I'm pretty sure that should have been a penalty to Oldham Athletic. You will have to let me know what you think in the comment section down below, but I don't know how much of the ball I got there. Jabbo lays that round the corner to Adi Aziz. It would be just their bad luck in this game if I now go up the other end and score a goal to certify our victory. But we can't get it in for a second time. They can't get it in for a first. Has the referee done them over there and seen them lose a game that they perhaps deserve to get a single point from? But it will be nothing for them from this one because I'm just going to take my time here and ensure that we get the win. I'm having to fight very, very hard for these clean sheets because I can't score more than 1 goal in a game. 11 chances in that one. The first game, 2 chances, get 1 goal. In the next game, 11 chances, get 1 goal. But crucially, 2 clean sheets from them both. We shall simulate the home game against Bury and then play the game against Crewe. And hopefully, we will find ourselves in the playoffs come the end of the episode. Bury actually sit just above us in the league. I'd be tempted, actually, to play this home one against Bury and simulate the one against Crewe, considering the state of the league table right now. Where are Crewe in the league? Got to go down. Crewe are 20th. I think, actually, I'm going to play Bury and sim the Crewe away game purely because of the way the league table sits. I don't trust the simulation not to screw me over. We've had games rescheduled for December. Presumably that's for an FA Cup game. It is, because we've had a game drawn on the Sunday against Blackpool. Okay. That's fine. Well then, let's go and play Bury. It's 6th versus 7th. The battle for the playoffs. A move. Cross into Vargas. Out wide to Reggie Lamb. Inside there to Aziz. Vargas is running away from me. Took a deflection. We'll take the corner. What can we do from the corner? Whipped in. That's a good delivery, actually. Still nobody underneath it. Really need to start taking my corners short. Here's Howison, who's left-footed, so we'll get it on that left. He might be left-footed, but the left still isn't any good. Adams inside. Nice little 1-2. Lavery, Styles down the line to Nicky Adams again. And Chris Dagnall, good save by David Ford. He's a good striker, Chris Dagnall. Especially at this level. He's going to cause us problems throughout the game, I think. And he very nearly put put Bury 1-0 up there. I think he used to play for Rochdale, so I got myself tongue-tied there, Chris Dagnall. Oh, good header by Thompson. He's absolutely dominated Adebayo Aziz. You can see why Bury are where they are in the table. They're playing very well, actually. I have to be at my best here. If to get anything from this. Nice overlapping run, however. Bradley Halliday there. We'll look for Aziz. Spin past the defender. Oh, it's a lovely turn from Aziz. Tight angle. Oh, knocks the keeper off his feet. Can't get the goal. Maris, good footwork. Here's Howison. Bit of space on his left foot. I'm not going to shoot with Howison anymore. I've decided. Reggie Lamb with the throw. George Maris. Short there to Vargas. Aziz. Oh, someone make a run. Howison always seems to pop up in a position to try and shoot. Aziz on his left foot. Scoops it well over the bar. Into Chris Dagnall. Oh, it's just rich. Nicky Adams and George Maris tracking back there. Needed to. 10 to go till half time. Still 0-0. I haven't got that one goal that I've needed in the previous 2 games to get the victory. Still got our clean sheet for the time being. Nicky Adams with the delivery. Again, Bradley Halliday clears away. Fighting so hard in every game that I play defensively. It's a real challenge. David Ford is popping up with big save after big save, and I'm needing him to as well. We named the last episode after him, 38-year-old monster, and he's at it again today. Short to Maris, back to Vargas. Put that there for Adi Aziz. Vargas again. This could be a great start to the second half. If we can find the ball into the back of the net. Vargas, I found myself just spamming B there. Aziz, given away, but Amu will pick it up again. Halliday, Maris, heavy touch through the gap. Aziz, good turn, and the shot off the post. I can't get the ball to go in this game. 1-2 with Aziz, but given away, and Stokes intercepts. Trying my hardest here against Bury, but so far my hardest hasn't been good enough. Lowry. Styles. Out to Nicky Adams. It's a nice turn inside. Playing the ball around me here, Bury. This is a good move. And there's a man in the middle that won't reach. Bradley Halliday is positioned better. McFadzean will deliver it though. Miller's come on for Nicky Adams, who's been one of their best players. Calvin Lavery heads towards goal, but we get rid of it. Please win that, Vargas. He's just stood underneath it as the attacker, or the defender even, attacks it better. O'Shea, Dans. Again, finding ourselves withstanding a battering ram attack here from Bury. Oh no, it's perfectly weighted. You could just tell as he played the ball into the middle that it was going to drop between the 2 defenders. Bury 1, Cambridge 0. Probably deserved, and it's just perfect. Textbook header as well, down into the ground. Superbly done by Cowland Lavery. We find ourselves 1-0 down here in a game that could have massive consequences in the overall way the league ends up with regards to the playoff spots. We find ourselves behind. David Amu trying to find some space here. Howison deflected. I think the less we say about Adi Aziz's first touch there, the better, don't you? Oh, nice interception by Howison. Get that out there quickly to Amu. 2 minutes added on. It's now or never for Adi Aziz. Oh, I think it might be never. It's going to drop towards Bejarano. Tries to swing it home, but can't, and that is defeat. 1-0 the scoreline of the day. 2 victories, but 1 defeat. Goal scoring has certainly been an issue for us this year. Very much so. Another hatful of chances. 12 on this occasion. 5 on target, but again, minimal goals, and on this occasion, none. We've got 1 game at the end of the episode to simulate against Crew, which we shall do now. Thankfully, I had 2 players pick up knocks in today's episode. Bradley Halliday and Emmanuel Osadebe picked up knocks in game number 2 that we played against Oldham, but thankfully they were able to shake them both off and no consequences from them with regards to long-term injuries. I'd love a win here against Crew. I really would, to get us back in towards the playoff picture. I think we might be hovering around the edge of the playoffs for the majority of the season. If we can put a push together and a run of form together by mid-February and keep that going to the end of the season, then we certainly could see ourselves getting promoted in season number 1 here. Vargas has given us a 1-0 lead on the brink of half-time, and Maris adds to it on the hour mark. I decided to play the game against Bury, and as it turns out, it may have been a poor decision, but there's nothing to say that I would have beaten Crew, nor would we have beaten Bury if I'd simulated that result. So we at least got 3 points from 1 of the 2 games. We'll head into the month of December now. The first game is in the FA Cup against Blackpool. We should get some scout reports, or some scouts. But actually, speaking of scout reports, Leon Davis wants to go out on loan. Sorry, pal, that's not going to happen. Archie's 56 rated now. 50 rated for Jonathan Robinson. Isaac Morris still 53, still 54. These 2 aren't really growing at all, which is frustrating. Victor Perella has grown 1 at least. One thing I did want to show you actually, and I'd forgotten to do so to this point, is that I, as per your advice, added the parameters to look for slightly older players in the free agents. I was limiting myself to just under 24s because I thought that they'd be the ones with the best potential. But as you guys rightly said, towards the upper end of the late 20s. It's just numbers at this stage of a career mode, isn't it? And this guy looks decent. Nikoshaw Banku, left midfielder. He's got great marking somehow, but a decent winger by the looks of things. Although 3-star skills, 2-star weak foot doesn't fill me with confidence. A goalkeeper here, 64 rated. Quinones might be worth a look. Another Bolivian. I'm not sure whether he is involved in the international team. We've got Martin Rainov, Bulgarian. A number of the free agents you guys suggested in the comments had already unfortunately been signed by other clubs from the first couple of episodes, so I wasn't able to sign them. And then we have Addison Vega here, an Ecuadorian, who I'm pretty sure I'm certainly going to sign. Although, I've got great players in central midfield already. Let's go for Banku first. 8 to 13,500. I certainly don't think I can afford anywhere near those wages. We've got about 3.5 in our wage budget, don't we? Recommended wage 11. I mean, I can't afford any of that. He's going to ask for Cruz, isn't he? I'm not sure I'm going to be able to afford it at this stage, but provided that they remain free agents, if I can beat Blackpool. Oh, he's asked for 4,007. I can't afford it. I'm going to remove bonus, and then we shall change this entirely. But I should then be able to offer him. That would leave me with £10 a week left. Well, if he accepts that, brilliant. If he doesn't, then yeah. I can't afford that deal at this current moment in time. However, we do have the game against Blackpool coming up as the first game of the day in the next episode in the FA Cup. And if we can get through in that, we will get some more prize fund money, which will certainly come in handy. We might be able to spend that on one of those free agents. Keep scouting the youngsters as well. We'll wait and see what happens. Mitov now up to 60 rated. It's probably not far away from taking that first team spot away from David Ford, but Ford has been playing particularly well, so I can't necessarily take the spot away from him right away. It's going to be a fairly busy month in December, I think, especially if we get through in the FA. Actually, no, because the FA Cup game will be drawn here for the third round, won't it? Okay, still though, 6 games in the month of December. But what does the league table look like? at the end of this episode. We went 12th, oh, sorry, 23rd, 12th, 8th. We've stayed 8th. We are level, though, with Port Vale and 4 points away from the automatic promotion spots. Lincoln still, their only defeat is that game against me. We've got Port Vale coming up, I believe, in the league fixture as well, actually. It may even be the very next one. Oh, no, it's Tranmere next. Where was Port Vale? Because one I saw Port Vale badge. Must have been absolutely tripping. Never mind, that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching, guys. There will be an episode of another new series later on tonight. As of recording right now, I'm not sure whether it will be the second part of the Barcelona Alphabet Challenge or whether it will be another episode of the Achieve and Leave. I haven't yet decided. I haven't gotten around to recording it yet, but that will be next on the agenda, and then that will be out later on this evening. This series, however, though, is daily, so do make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time.